Hey everybody, welcome back to another installment of Universe Jarvis. So, something a little bit different. I actually think I've done this before, but kind of trying to do a little bit more. So, anybody that watches my channels, you guys know I absolutely love to shop. I have tons of t-shirts, jeans, and things like that. But besides just shopping on, you know, Abercrombie, something like that, I really like going to thrift stores because you can actually find some really good stuff. And honestly, a lot of times you can find a lot of vintage stuff for cheap. It just depends on where you go. I notice like Goodwill can be a little bit more expensive depending. We don't really have Salvation Armies anymore, and then there's a lot of kind of like, I should say third parties, but shops that people open. I sometimes find that those are actually the best ones to go to because one, things are going to be really cheap, and two, you're going to find things that are unique, and three, hell, it's a lot of fun. So, here's my guy here. You guys have probably seen him before. I just kind of put a basic t-shirt on him. Actually, it's a shirt that I made into a muscle shirt. So look at me being ingenious here. But the base is a pair of joggers that I actually found yesterday at a local thrift store. So I actually almost overlooked these, to be honest, and I just kind of was on the rack. The color, I really like green. You guys can see different shades. But these are super nice. So this is a pair of Nike ones, and I mean, honestly, these would probably retail for about 80 bucks. You know, just kind of spitballing here because I have a couple things that are Nike that I've not paid full retail price for. I've got them from the outlet, but still, really nice pair. So I'm just gonna go over some fits. So here these are, and it's the fits from the thrift store. So keep in mind, this isn't from the thrift store. This is actually from Five Below, which I really recommend if you guys are like me. I couldn't find tank tops anywhere, so I decided that I would get these $5.55 t-shirts and cut the sleeves off, and booyah, muscle shirt. So, got these joggers here, these nice Nike joggers, and they're actually in pretty great shape, to be honest. One thing that I typically will do, it's kind of tough, depending on if you can try stuff on there or not, you kind of have to figure that out. But when I get home, I pretty much usually throw it right in the wash. Detergent, fabric softener. I use something called Odoban. It's a disinfectant. Lysol has a disinfectant to put in your laundry, but I found that Odoban is actually better and it actually gives more fragrance. So just to kind of sanitize it and clean it, that's typically what I do. So I'm going to show you some fits with honestly two, I guess you would call them shackets or overshirts that work really well with this particular outfit. And I'll kind of give you guys prices. So this pair of Nike sweats was actually $2. Most everything at this particular thrift store is going to be probably around $2, generally speaking. They have some things that'll be $4, and I'll kind of point that out. But generally, most everything's $2. What they do is they put like colored stickers to tell you that if it's more, if it's less, or whatever the price may be. So this is just a nice denim. I call it a shacket because that's kind of the new term. But you know, just a basic kind of washed black denim, which is really nice. One thing I liked about it is it has some character. So right here, it's got some paint on it, so this is probably something somebody just kind of slumped around in, was painting, doing stuff in it. It's Elkhorn twill, so it's a twill actually. I call it denim. So it's 100% cotton. It's actually a really nice piece, and yeah, when the cooler weather I was wearing it, it's kind of mid-weight, so you could do it in warmer weather, but probably I would say if you were inside and it was going to be cold. So pretty much a little $2 piece on my man here. So I actually honestly wear stuff like this if I'm just kind of slubbing around on the weekend, and this would probably be a perfect fall outfit for me. Just kind of around the house, getting ready to run out to the store, do a couple things, be outside a little bit. I would wear this. Minus this being a muscle shirt. This would actually probably be a long sleeve tee instead. But pretty nice fit. So all in all, if we even take into account the price of this t-shirt, this t-shirt was $5, so let's round that up to 6, 7, 8, 9. So this entire outfit is $10. Really can't beat that, right? So this is this particular twill shirt, and I'm going to show you this other one that I found in that same thrift store. This one's actually American Eagle, and it has a vintage fit. And this is giving a little bit of Western shirt, but it's not quite twill like that one, so it's not as heavy. This one's actually lighter. And I see them every time I go there. I tend to find things that are the same color, which is interesting. But all right, so here's this guy. I'm gonna get it's kind of an up close. And I'll just put it on my friend here. And there we go. It's another really nice fit, and this actually has a little thing right there. I don't do the top button on shirts. That drives me crazy when I see people have a button. And probably can't see it too well. I'll bring this in closer after I take it off, but it's got the eagle from American Eagle on there. Now that other twilled Shacket, I think is actually a vintage piece. I think it's older because this brand, I've not really heard of it before or really seen it. And it honestly just looks like it's older. I mean, sometimes you can just kind of gauge from looking at things. Or if it's not older, they probably got it out of like a department store somewhere. So that's pretty much it for this. So let me bring this in and you guys can see the embroidery, because I am all about a nice small detail that most people probably wouldn't even notice. So that's pretty much it for this fit. He and I are going to be back, going to do another fit, and this is going to be probably some stuff with more jackets. So tune back in. Universe Sharp is out.